Hi, everybody. Welcome to Corrupted Nation. I'm Joe Cronin, and this show is not for kids. This is for mature audiences only. I have to say that now on YouTube. Now, CNN doesn't have to say that, nor does anybody else ever have to say that from TV. I just have to. Let's listen to CNN on this whole Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren lie thing that is absolutely stupid.
All right, look, both campaigns tried to play it off like it was nothing. Now it's something.
I want to say that this is also before the debate happened. This is before the debate went down. This is before the debate went down where they talked about this on stage.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, it's now her word against Senator Bernie Sanders. Because Bernie Sanders has said, look, I don't know who's saying what, but they weren't in this meeting, and I would never say a woman couldn't win for president. Elizabeth was telling me she was going to run. Why would I say that? Now,
this is great work by Chris Cuomo, which, you know, by the liars at CNN. But Chris Cuomo does a good job here. I think he does because I think they want Biden to win, maybe. I'm not sure.
Elizabeth Warren says, you said it. Let's get some insight from Jeff Weaver, senior advisor to the Sanders campaign. Thank you very much for joining me on short notice. I know you're standing outside. I'll try to warm you up with some questions.
All right, Chris, I was happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Danny DeVito was supposed to be on tonight.
Who gives a fuck about Danny DeVito, first of all? Who gives a shit where Danny DeVito was supposed to be? Who gives a shit?
Out that Senator Warren said, yeah, Bernie said it, but I'd like to move on. Can't move on now. You're calling him a liar. And then DeVito's gone. How upset is the campaign that this story's getting away from him?
Wow.
Oh, look, this is a story that was obviously put out by unnamed folks. He was invited, Bernie was
Yeah, maybe it was put out by unnamed folks, but now Elizabeth Warren has said it happened. So, yeah, it doesn't matter if it was put out by unnamed folks. Right off the bat, you're trying to blame it on someone else. She accepted it. If it was put out by unnamed folks and it didn't matter, Elizabeth Warren would say, I don't recall that. I don't know what anybody was saying about that. Maybe that was a joke that got misconstrued or something. That's not valid. Even if it's from my campaign, I don't sign off on that. That's all she should have said.
Invited to Senator Warren's house. She told him she was running for president. Apparently, I wasn't at the meeting. Only the two of them were at the meeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you were not at the meeting. Thank you for telling us that.
But look, Chris, Bernie Sanders has been a friend of Elizabeth Warren's for a long time. In truth of the fact is, you look at his book from 2015, he deferred for her in 2015 for her to run.
Yep.
For anybody to say that a woman can't win, it doesn't make sense. Hillary Clinton won 3 million more votes than Donald Trump did in the last election. So there's some wires crossed here, but clearly Bernie Sanders did not say that a woman could not win.
Bernie Sanders did not say it, he says. But there's some wires crossed, whatever that means. Like, it's like, dude, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's no wires crossed. She said he said it. There's no wires crossed. She said he said it. What is this? What is he talking about, wires crossed? If she had said it didn't happen, then there would have been wires crossed, so nobody cares. She said that it did happen, though. So, no, there's not wires crossed. There's somebody is a liar. Lying.
Great video footage that's floating around online from 87 and 88 with Bernie talking to young students about how women should run for office and that we should have a woman president. Mm-hmm. So, again, some wires got crossed here, but, I got to tell you, that clearly is not what he said. And the truth of the matter is, look, you and I are talking here. Neither one of us knows what it's like to be a woman running in the era of Trump. Very difficult. Trump will obviously weaponize gender, race, and everything else that he possibly can.
What the fuck does this have to do with Trump? Trump will obviously weaponize gender and what is he talking about? What are you saying? This came from Elizabeth Warren's party. Is he saying that the party member was really a Trump supporter and they just said this to go crazy? And even if they did, why would Elizabeth Warren say it happened then? So what are you fucking talking about? What do you mean Trump will weaponize gender?
But the truth of the matter is that any of those Democrats on that stage are better than Trump.
Yeah, anybody's better than Trump. What are you talking about? One of your people is a liar. Somebody's lying, and now you're going into Trump. This is what these fucking idiots do. And by the way, I'm not even a Trump supporter, really. I'm not. I'm independent, and I was a Democrat until I saw what these psychopaths are. And so I just want to get that out there right now. I'm not a Trump dick rider, and I'm not a fucking psycho liberal. I'm somebody with a brain, except for I got a GED, and I'm smarter than these two assholes. Or maybe not Kumo. Kumo's pretty good, but he's obviously lying probably to push up Biden or somebody like that. Who knows with CNN and their bullshit. So let me get this straight. Somebody in Elizabeth Warren's camp leaked out that this happened, and then Elizabeth Warren said it did happen. And now you're saying Bernie is definitely not lying and definitely didn't say that. So now this guy's calling her a liar, technically, but now he's talking about how Trump is going to weaponize gender. What does that have to do with what's going on here?
Any of them can beat them. We can argue about who is more electable, one versus the other, but any of them can beat
I get that. I don't know that I agree with it. I think you guys have more than your hands full beating this president, but we'll save that for another day once you guys figure out who you want in your party.
Bingo.
For sure.
But let's flip your analysis for a second. You're right. You guys are running against somebody where your high ground's supposed to be he's a liar. We don't lie the way he does. We may have our wires crossed. I don't know. I wasn't in the room. You weren't in the room. Elizabeth Warren was.
Correct.
And she's saying he
For sure.
said it. So you're in a box now where either you're saying she's lying or you got to own it and give a context argument. Which is it?
Well, look, Chris, I think there was some wires crossed. I mean, clearly
What
there
does
was
that
a
mean,
discussion.
What the
We went
fuck
there.
does that fucking mean?
They had.
I think there were some wires crossed. Oh, I think there were some wires crossed. Oh, Donald Trump's a Russian spy. I'm a liar. I think there was some wires crossed. She called him a liar. He says it didn't happen. Trump is going to weaponize gender. Trump is going to weaponize gender. Brainwash you. Brainwash. There's something fucking wrong with these fucking people on this fucking party. You fucking idiots. Like, back when George Bush was the president, I was like, there's never going to be another Republican president after this debacle of shit over the last 8 years. And then we got our first African-American president for 8 years. I knew it was going to happen because of how bad Bush was. And then I said, the Democrats are never going to lose the presidency, even after Obama, because nobody will want to go back to a Republican. And then you saw them like cheat Bernie Sanders and push Hillary and lie about Trump right from the beginning and talk about impeaching him the day he stepped into office, which makes no sense at all. Even if you agree with the impeachment now of Trump, why would you go back to the beginning? But anyway, this isn't about Trump. This guy's making it about him for some reason. He's, I'm going to deflect off of my party being retarded, and I'm going to fucking talk about gender fucking weaponry or whatever the fuck he said. Man, these people are creepy, weird people.
They had lasagna, and so.
Oh, they had lasagna. Yeah, they had lasagna. Wait a minute, let me go back. Hold on a minute.
They had lasagna, and so what you're saying is that she said.
What the fuck why does this, first of all, why the fuck does this guy who wasn't at the house know what they fucking ate for food, number one? And number two, what the fuck does it matter what they had for food? What? Well, you know, they had lasagna. Is lasagna mushrooms? Is lasagna cocaine? Is lasagna alcohol? I would have understood that. Well, you know, they had quite a few drinks. You know, they had a bottle of wine. They had lasagna. What the fuck does that matter? Lasagna? Huh.
Which is it?
Well, look, Chris, I think there was some wires crossed. I mean.
Let me go back to his question.
Elizabeth Warren was.
Correct.
And she's saying he
For sure.
said it.
She's saying he's a liar.
So you're in a box now where either you're saying she's lying or you got to own it and give a context argument. Which is it?
Well, look, Chris, I think there was some wires crossed. I mean, clearly
What
there
does
was
that
a
mean,
discussion.
wires
We went
crossed?
there. They had lasagna, and so what you're saying is that she said, "Hey, Bernie, glad to see you. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Hey, I'm running for president, Bernie. Oh, a woman can't win. Is that how the conversation went? I don't think so. Look, I think they talked about the 2020 race.
She says she said I want to run. He disagreed with the idea that a woman could win. Why would she lie about it? What does that say about her? You got to make a case.
No, what I'm saying is I think the wires are crossed. I think there was a discussion about Trump, misogyny.
Wires crossed, wires crossed, wires crossed, wires crossed, Russians by, impeach, wires crossed, wires crossed, wires crossed, wires crossed, impeach, I am malfunctioning! You fucking idiot! You liar! lying piece of shit!
Sexism in politics and the difficulty of running in the era
You're
of Trump
lying
for
to the
women,
people of
especially challenges
America.
that women face in the era of Trump. But,
Say it!
you know,
You're lying to the people of America! I'm lying to the people of America! I have an egghead! Say it!
Conversations can sometimes get misconstrued, Chris.
I get you. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, I get
but they
you.
got to clear it up, and I'll tell you why. Here's why you have to clear it up. I know if you take a step sideways and say, what do you care about this for? We have much bigger issues. Yes and no. The biggest issue that you face, I face, we all face right now in this circus of what has become of our political dialogue is the truth.
We are been called liars every second. Now you're lying again. Constantly CNN is lying. Oh, Trump stole a hat from a kid in the crowd. Oh, no, he threw it over everybody to the kid, and the kid caught it and ran away happy. But Trump stole a hat from the crowd. It's like, it's stuff like that from all CNN and everybody. And by the way, I think Kumo's doing a good job here, but I wonder why he's going after Bernie and Warren so much, and especially Warren. I think it might be because I think CNN wants Biden because Biden is the real corporate guy, right? It's Biden number one, Warren number two, and then it's much harder to get a hold of Sanders because he does his own thing. So that's why I kind of trust Sanders the most. But I don't trust Sanders because he cowards out to all these people instead of calling them out more. That's what he needs to do.
The truth has to matter on every level if you want to lead us.
Yes, it does. What he's about to say here is all kinds of bullshit.
Likely, based on what I know, that the wires got crossed. It is unfortunate that
the wires got crossed. There it is again. That fucking zing word again from liars.
a year after the meeting, frankly, that this was sort of leaked out, dumped out by folks who weren't at the meeting.
So there you go. Wires crossed, leaked out by folks who weren't at the meeting.
You know, you got to ask some questions about that, given that it's 3 weeks before the Iowa caucus.
But Elizabeth Warren says it's true, so it doesn't matter. That nullifies who leaked it out, where it came from, whatever. All of that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it got leaked out. It doesn't matter what was said by some random person who wasn't there. It doesn't matter because Elizabeth Warren said it happened. So take all that stuff before Elizabeth Warren said it happened and throw it out the window because it doesn't matter. Now, had Elizabeth Warren said it's not really true, or that was a joke I said, or that was something we joked about, but he probably did not say that, I wouldn't think. He did not say that I know of. Then it would be over from there pretty much. But that's not what you're saying, so it validates everything we're talking about. So it doesn't matter if wires got crossed or somebody said it somewhere and you got to wonder why they would have. It doesn't matter. She fucking clarified it, you idiot. Now remember, this video here takes place before the meeting and the Democratic debate. I want you to listen to this part very carefully. I wasn't sure where it was, but we're coming up on it. Listen to this.
CNN. Somebody else does.
Listen,
Go
if
ahead.
it happens on my show,
I'm not putting that on you.
I own it, and you're not seeing it on my show. Now, tomorrow night, Bernie Sanders is there, Elizabeth Warren's there. This is going to be asked about. He's going to say, I didn't say it. She's going to say, you may not remember, but you said it. Now what?
Well, look, that's between two senators. They'll be on the stage and they'll talk about this. I'm sure it'll get asked about, given how much coverage it's gotten today. So I'm sure they'll talk about it tomorrow, and I'll let them talk about it.
But what's he going to say?
Two friends on the stage in front of millions of people. Well, I don't want to preview it, Chris. I don't step on my guy. We'll let him and Senator Warren talk about it. Two friends, two colleagues talking about it on the stage tomorrow night.
Are they still friends after this?
Of course they're still friends. They've been friends for a long, long time. Let's be clear.
21 days
Warren
before
came to
Iowa,
Vermont, Bernie
you
Sanders
throw a story
encouraged-
like this, that he's anti-woman candidate, and you're still friends?
Absolutely, still friends. Absolutely, yes.
Wow.
They have great respect for one another. They're fighting for a lot of the same goals. Again, there's some wires crossed apparently about this story.
No, there isn't. There isn't. There aren't any. That's where you're wrong, egghead. There is no wires crossed, okay? No. There's no wires crossed. That's where you are incorrect, dumbass. There are no wires crossed. Your guy says he didn't say it. She says he did. Her party said that she did. There are no wires crossed. There's he said, she said. There is someone who's telling the truth and someone who's not telling the truth or an explanation for it, and we're getting zero of any of that other than zing words of there's wires crossed. Oh, Russians pissed on Trump. Sex workers pissed on Trump. Russian sex ring. Russian spies. Russian spies. Russian spies. Russian impeach, 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 impeach Russian. That's what they do.
Campaign. I would say most of the people on the campaign are second-choice Warren people. So look, we're not going to get into this tit for tat again. It's unfortunate that 3 weeks before the running in the era of...
What is this guy's name? Jeff Weaver. And this is Bernie Sanders. This is Bernie Sanders' campaign senior advisor. This is actually Bernie Sanders' guy. That's Bernie Sanders' guy. These people are crazy. Now let's look at what happened. As you guys know, the other night at the debate, Elizabeth Warren looked at Bernie Sanders and said, yeah, he said that. And then Bernie Sanders says, I did not say that. And then CNN went and asked, Elizabeth, what did you think when he said that? Bernie Sanders just told you he did not say that. And then the CNN person says to Elizabeth, what did you say when he said that? Well, he just said he didn't say that. So how can you then ask her, what did she think when he said that, when he says he didn't say that? The question would have been phrased, Elizabeth, Bernie says he didn't say it, but you say he did. So if he did, how did he say this to you? That should have been the question. But anyway, this went down after what we didn't see this. This was off air, I guess, or something.
On national TV.
So I thought they had their wires crossed. I thought it was like, hey, everything's okay. We got our wires crossed. Let's just leave it alone. But apparently not from Elizabeth Warren, who now wants to confront Bernie off the air. She didn't want to say it. I mean, she said it on the air, kind of, and then they basically call each other liars, and now off air, she's going to confront him. Why didn't she confront him on the air?
Me a liar on national TV. I think you called.
And are you kidding me? Bernie didn't hear her there? What? He definitely is he's like scared of a woman. Bernie Sanders is terrified of women. He was terrified of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton stole the election from him. And I mean, by stole, I mean she did. Like we already proved it, and the DNC lady had to step down, and it was a big fucking thing. It should be criminal what happened to the DNC last time around with Hillary Clinton, but now women are walking all over him again. This guy just won't stick up for himself. That's why I won't vote for you. I'm not going to vote for you, Bernie Sanders. You're a pussy. Elizabeth Warren is less of a pussy than you, and she's an asshole.
A liar on national TV.
You call me a liar on national TV? What? What? Well, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
I think you called me a liar. I think he did call you a liar. I think you called me a liar. Oh, what? I don't know. What the fuck planet are these people from?
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion? We'll have that discussion. You called me.
Anytime.
All right, let's not do it now.
I don't want to get
All right, let's not do it now.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. Okay, whatever. So Bernie Sanders cowards away, like literally cowardly walks away, like and goes back into his castle. What a freaking coward Bernie Sanders is, and you cannot deny it. That was cowardice by him. He should have said, I did not say it. It's disgusting that, it came out. Maybe you would have said, no, he did not say that, but now you've said I did say it, so now I have to say I didn't say it, and I did not say it, of course. It's ridiculous. Everybody knows it's ridiculous that I would have said that based on all my comments about women in the past. It's never anything like that, so, you're really making yourself look bad. You should stop. That's what he should at least say. He says nothing. Ooh. Weird.
I think you called me a liar on national TV. I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion? We'll have that discussion. You called me. You told me.
Yeah, how about let's have that discussion in front of the fucking American people that you're supposed to be fucking running for, you fucking idiots! Somebody is fucking lying, and we deserve to know who the fuck is lying. We deserve to know. Is it Polka Cunt Ass or Old Man River? Who the fuck is lying? We deserve to fucking know. That type of shit, I hope Trump wins again, you stupid fucks. Oh, let's not do this now. And you're a lie. I don't know. And I'm a woman won't run. Let's not do this. Let's do this somewhere else. Behind the scenes. How about we want to know now, you fucking run up on the fucking panel, you fucking idiots. For you. I'm not voting for you, Miss fucking. And I'm not voting for, I'm going to cuck out to a woman again. I'm going to cuck out to a woman again. Yeah, not voting for you. Hope Trump wins, you fucking idiots.